Hello, it's been a while since I've made a video on this channel because I've been pretty busy. I'm taking the Milan Art Mastery program and it's about 20 hours a week, mostly drawing and painting, but then there's a little bit of watching videos because I'm doing the online version. And it's been, I'm just so glad that I signed up for it because, well, it goes back a while, like a couple of years ago I think it was. I was on Pinterest and someone had pinned Dimitra Milan, one of her paintings, and it just completely blew me away because first of all, she was really young and her art was like unlike any of the art I've ever seen. It was just amazing and just totally stood out, and I'm just like, who is this person and how did she get her skills and all this? So I did some research and I found out that her whole family is like artists, which is so cool. It's like my dream. And then looking on the website, I realized that they have a mastery program, but it was in Arizona, which I live in Florida now and I have a job and also a house. So I was thinking about taking the program, but I'm like, it's gonna be difficult because I'll have to go there for a year, and then what am I gonna do with my house? I'll have to like quit my job, and I mean, I have a pretty good job right now and I'm in the process of saving money, so it really wasn't a convenient time to just quit. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait and just try to improve my art and whatever, see what happens. So then, like a few months ago, it was in August, my sister messages me and she's like, I saw a post on Instagram and they're gonna make the Milan Art Mastery program online also. And I'm like, no way. So I went and checked it out and I was like, $150 a month? Like, hell yeah. So I just signed up, like I didn't even think about it. And it's just like, I mean, if you think about it, it's such a good deal because, okay, so yeah, you could go to art school and get a degree in art, but if you think about it, like, honestly, in my personal opinion, and I know other people will disagree, and which is fine, but to me, like, well, first of all, I have 2 degrees. I have a degree in accounting and I have a degree in computer programming. So my first degree was like a hardcore degree and I got like all the classes and had to jump through all the hoops and it cost a lot of money, and luckily my parents paid for it. My second degree I paid for, but it was a fraction of the cost because I only had to take mainly the computer programming classes and the technical classes because all of my other credits transferred. So my second degree ended up costing like 12 grand, which in my opinion is what a degree should cost. Like, because colleges make you jump through all these hoops and take all these like other classes not because it benefits you, but because they're trying to make money off of you. So if you see something like this with the mastery program taught by clearly people who have mastered the arts, and they're not trying to just like milk you for all they can get out of you. They're actually teaching you what you need to know to be successful in the arts as they are. Like, if you look at them, they sell their paintings, they're really successful. So you really don't have to look much further than a program like this if you want to learn painting and have a unique style and stuff like that. So when I saw that, I was just like, oh my god, like I didn't even think twice about signing up. So I just finished the oil painting and drawing portion of the class, and I've learned so much, especially with oil painting, because I had tried oil painting before and I was doing it wrong or something because it wasn't working for me and it was totally frustrating me. So yeah, I'm glad that I really like took this class. That's another reason, because it's made oil painting much less frustrating for me, seeing just the correct way to do it. And even the drawing portion, I mean, like we did this technique where you put willow charcoal over the whole piece of paper, and then you subtract out like the big shapes, and then you add back in, and it's like a process of adding and subtracting until you get your finished picture. So I had actually never drawn that way. Which is like, it's just so amazing how you can be drawing for years and years and years, and it's not, you still don't know everything, and you probably never will. So anyway, so I'm gonna show in this video some of the stuff I worked on for this portion of the class, and also every week we do a different theme. Like one week was landscapes, one week was cityscape, portraits, figure, abstract, and then the last week we got to pick one painting and one drawing, and it was, you could do whatever you want, any technique, and so we could really like be creative. But up until then we'd have limited choices. Like they would supply the references, and you know, everyone would pick whichever one they wanted to do and then work on it for that week. And I think that was actually really good, because it's at some point when you're learning art, I think it's good to limit yourself, because actually I feel like it makes you more creative instead of having like so many choices, like you can't make up your mind. So I feel like especially when you're first starting out, that's useful. And then so the next portion of the class is mixed media and also voice development, which I'm really, really looking forward to, because that's one of the main reasons I took the class. I wanted to... Vern, Vern! My cat's like biting my leg. Hey! So they offered 2 mixed media kits to buy for the class. Like one had the bare minimum, and then the larger one had pretty much everything you were gonna need. So I bought the mixed media kit, and I'll show what was included, because it has all this fun stuff that I've never used before, and I can't wait to start using it. And it's also useful because instead of having to track down everything that they're gonna use, it's just like, you know, they ship it to you, you got everything you need, and that's the end of it. But I really want to say like how thankful I am for them to offer this program online, because it's been so inspiring for me, and I just wish, like, I wish I would have known about this, I mean 10 years ago even. Because when I was a teenager, it wasn't really, the internet wasn't what it is today. It was just starting out, and people were just starting to use it, and YouTube didn't exist. Many of these artists that I like today probably weren't even like online, or yeah, they might not have even been doing art at the time. But so I grew up kind of knowing that I liked art and knowing that I liked to draw, but really feeling quite uninspired, because, and that's one of the things it's really different now, like, and that we should really be grateful for, is that there's so much online that can inspire you if you choose to let it inspire you. Like, you have access to people from all around the world. They show their art, and photography and music and whatever, like in any field you're in, really, it just completely broadens your horizons. And if it weren't for Pinterest, I would have never ever probably heard about Dimitra Milan, or Instagram, because she's on Instagram as well, and maybe I would have seen her art on Instagram. If I don't know, because I'm not sure if I would have just happened to see it. So pretty much it was just Pinterest. And just that small thing that happened completely like took me on this other path. Like, it led me to taking this year-long course. So I just feel like it makes a huge difference what you're around and what inspires you. And like growing up when I was a teenager, it was just what I could read in books that I found at my library, or that people around me said, or in school, or that, and it was very, very limited. Like, I did not see the kind of art that I wanted to create. I saw like art that I thought was boring, and I would spend my time trying to draw still lifes. Like, before that, when I was a kid, like second grade, I would draw cartoons like Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that, but it was just copying basically, and that's fine. Just when you're starting out, like that's what you do. But I never really saw the potential that I can see now. Like, I have so many ideas, and just from even before I took this class, but now after or being in the class, I have even more ideas. Like, I have like images in my mind of the kind of art I could create. Whereas growing up, it wasn't even a possibility because I didn't know what was out there. So yeah, so this class can not only teach you skills, but inspire you. You can see other people other people's art, because there's a Facebook group that is for the mastery students of whatever year you're in. So this year there's a group for that, and we can post our artwork, get feedback, and give feedback, and then every now and then we have a critique. Ellie and Demetra will give us feedback on our art, which is like, it's so useful. And not only like when you get it, it's actually more useful to see everyone getting feedback, because they'll go through like the students and you'll see the art, and then they'll say, you know, like any improvements or what's right, what could be better. And you learn from that too, because you can see the other person's art, and then you also learn like even more than you would if they just critiqued your own art. And it's just, I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. Like, actually, there's nothing bad about the program, you know, like, as long as you're willing to work at it and you put in the time, it can only benefit you. And there's artists in this program who are amazing. Like, or people who are already selling their work, and they're still taking this program. So it's not just like it's for beginners or anything. It's for anyone really that wants to get better. And I also, a big thing is that I want to learn is like how to market and sell your work, because that's something that's completely foreign to me. Like, I'm used to making money at going to a job. And as much as it sucks, like, as much as like working 9 to 5 I'm not like doing something I'm passionate about. I'm doing it solely for the money, because I wanted a house, I wanted a certain degree of financial independence. So that's why I'm working as a software engineer. But ultimately my goal is to sell my work and hopefully one day become a professional artist. I feel like a lot of doubts about that, because I've always been told that it's impossible, and you know, the starving artist thing. So I have major reservations, and also a part of me feels like there's only so many people that buy art, so it seems like it's a competition, you know, like, and you know, they're gonna buy your art or someone else's. So I've always kind of believed that, but they send like a completely different message through this program. It's like, now all of a sudden someone's saying it is possible, and I mean, you can see it's possible, they're doing it, and it's kind of like changing my mentality a little bit, which is really, really a good thing. Because if you don't think something's possible, you're not going to ever try it. And you know, like, it's always good to broaden your horizons. Like, it can't hurt. And at the end of the day, like, I love to paint. I love art, like being creative. I mean, I also love music, but I'm a creative person, and I feel like that's what I was meant to do. I was meant to create things, not sit in a cubicle every day being bored out of my mind. Like, that's just, I can't see myself spending the rest of my life like that, and I'm gonna work as hard as I have to not be in that situation. So anyway, I'm gonna show some of my art and also the mixed media kit. I hope you liked my video, and I hope if you're considering the Milan Art Mastery Program, I hope I kind of convinced you that it's worthwhile to at least try, because I mean, I'm just so glad I heard about it. You know, I'm so glad for that pin I saw on Pinterest years ago. Thanks to that person, because if I had not seen that pin, maybe I would have never found out about this program. So yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video. Oh, cool. And this is like a wedge. They use this in the class. I actually don't have one, so that's awesome. And then a bunch of this stuff. It's so exciting getting a kit like this because it's a lot of the stuff I wouldn't even think of buying. So it's going to be really cool, and this is exactly the stuff they're going to be using in the class. So I can actually do everything that they're doing. Just some markers, and then acrylic. Oh, cool, like acrylic markers. And then this is, oh, cool. Water soluble wax pastels, cool. That's pretty awesome. And, oh, nice, water soluble oil pastels. That's gonna be cool. I'm pretty excited about using these. Oh, wow, what is all this stuff? Art crayon. Oh, cool, I've never used anything like this, so these are cool. And then an adhesive pen. Oh, use it with metal leaf. That's cool. Oh, wow. That's cool. These are inks. That's gonna be fun to play with. And I think a lot of this is acrylic paint. That was like a lot of the kit. But glazing liquid. Cool. And this is retarder. Oh, it slows the drying time. Oh my god, hard molding paste. Oh cool, this is a huge, it's pretty big. I have a smaller thing of that already, but heavy gel gloss. I guess this is a varnish. Oh cool. Really, I'm not sure what this is. It says, I don't know. But there's this. And also these. And then also we got these, which is spray paint. Pretty cool. And then these are all the paints that came in the kit. It's quite a bit. I'm pretty excited.